Alice Hatter find needle in haystack. Now there was a haystack behind the Hatter's chair. It was 3 to 4 feet high by 3 to 4 feet wide. No one knew why it was there or how it got there, but Alice decided to sort it out. She put both hands right into it, from the top down. Suddenly, she shrieked. She had a needle deep in one of her thumbs. The pink RX weasel pulled the needle out. As she held it in her hands, it grew into a tiny steel man. "I owe both of you," said the steel man, bowing very courteously, "and someday I will reward both of you." Then he turned into a tiny steel spacecraft and disappeared. Weasel put a bandage on Alice's finger. "Neither of you will look older than your age," said the author. "Neither of you will lack friends. Your lives cannot be inconsequential." "Let me try that," said the Hatter. He too got a needle in his thumb. "I think the haystack is needling people," said the Dormouse. "No, I'm not," said the haystack. "I'm just being myself. How would you like it if you were a haystack with needles in it?" And the way people go on and on about how something's like finding a needle in a haystack, and they never think of what the needle must feel, and when they actually do find a needle in a haystack, they just consider it a painful mistake. The weasel also removed this needle and bandaged him, but nothing came of it. The needle remained a needle. "Copying you, Alice," said the Hatter, "is the stupidest thing I've ever done." "Copying someone else should never be done thoughtlessly," said the Dormouse. "You would think something," said Alice to the Hatter, "would alleviate your policy of sullenness." "Now you and Alice both have something in common," said the author to the Hatter. "You both found a needle in a haystack, and it was the same haystack." The Hatter gave Alice a Presbyterian look. Alice gave the Hatter a Church of England look. The author laughed hysterically at this. "Your response," said the Dormouse, "is a little overdone." "It's a bright sunny July," said Alice, "is it not?" changing the subject. "I can see by your chin," said the author to the Duchess, "that you disapprove." The Hatter put his needle back in the haystack. "There's never even a touch of selfishness in you," said the author to the pink RX weasel. "I don't know," said the weasel. "I quite enjoyed helping those two." "Don't you enjoy helping people?" the author asked the Hatter. "No," said the Hatter, "I've gotten sick of them." "That's sad," said the pink RX weasel. "Needle," shouted the Hatter at the weasel. "You're nothing but a needle." "I'm the one who pulled the needle out of you," said the pink RX weasel. "I rescued you and put on a bandage." "Needy, needy, needy needle," shouted the Hatter at the pink RX weasel as loud as he could. "That's your name from now on around here, Needle." "Wonderland is the place where everything that has ever been swept under the carpet of reason finally turns up," said the author. "And haystacks are zealous to give up their needles." "This one certainly does," said Alice. "You're a most gracious weasel, full of true modesty," said the author. "I don't like boundaries," said the weasel. "I just wish everyone good health." "The young are often heartless," said the author. "I am glad you are not." "I'm glad you can see," said the pink RX weasel. "There is more to me than my glucometer." And that concludes my third reading.